Hey, everybody out there, welcome back to 91.8 The Fan. It is I, your favorite holiday-themed host, the DJ Christmas, and I have with me a super special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself to all the fans out there?
Sure. Hey, everyone. This is Lea Gulino. I'm a voice actor, and I'm coming to you from the San Francisco Bay Area from a big old wooden boat.
A big old wooden boat, that sounds
I
exciting.
do. I record on a big old wooden boat.
I would imagine that helps when you've got those seaside demos, like, you're a pirate today, go for it.
Yeah, when the clanking of the masts hit, it really adds the whole ambiance.
Yeah,
But actually,
that's the effect.
it was surprising. I was a little concerned about recording on a boat when we first moved aboard, and because of the wood, it's just I didn't have to soundproof much. The only thing I have to be a little careful because when the seagulls get a little during herring season, the seagulls
Oh,
and the
yeah,
sea
those...
lions get a little frisky.
Yeah, there's just no getting rid of them once the fish come in.
No, no, it's a madhouse here in February and a little bit of March sometimes. But
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So those times I record usually at about midnight. So if you're walking by the boat around midnight or 1 in the morning, there's some strange sounds coming out. That's just me.
It's funny, I see a lot of voice actors that do their own, at least some of them do like demos, not necessarily some do full-on sessions, but at least demos where they have to record all these loud death screams, and they have to like, I should probably post notices to my neighbors to let them know that I'm okay, I'm just a voice actor.
Absolutely, I do. I'm lucky enough not to have a neighbor on my starboard side, but on the port side, if I have an audition that comes in that's going to take some screaming and yelling, I will definitely warn her because I don't want her to call the cops thinking that something horrible is happening, you know. So, and I kind of lose myself sometimes. I forget, you know, but she's used to it now.
Well, as long as they know, and you know the cops aren't going to come us in. We've got a report. I heard screams. It's just me.
Just me, just little old me. I'm just playing a really evil character. That's all.
Screams? What screams? They're probably crazy. You know those neighbors.
Yeah, those crazy liveaboards.
Yeah. But enough about your current situation. How exactly did you get started into the voice acting business?
I actually came to voiceover a little bit later in my career, and I'm really happy I did because I adore it. I started off in theater. That was really my training, and you know you always hear about voice actors who kind of would listen to Hanna-Barbera and they'd be able to do all the voices. I never was that type of hammy kind of actor. I had a lot of imaginary friends, and so my parents sort of saw something in that, and enrolled me in. Actually, I wanted to be a dancer. That's what I really wanted to do, but
And your
I don't
parents
have.
knew you were one of the crazies, so they sent you off.
Mhm. Gotta love them. My dad's an artist, so he kind of understood it, I think.
Uh,
And my parents were very supportive and very accepting. So at age 13, I was enrolled in my first professional acting class, and it was all adults. I was the only teenager. Everybody else was in their 30s and 40s, and we were studying Uta Hagen and the Magic If and really heady stuff for a 13-year-old. And I don't know, I just took to it. So I went to Performing Arts High School and ended up going to NYU, to Tischler Arts, and pursued theater. And I did a lot of regional theater and a lot of New York kind of funky downtown black box deconstruction kind of stuff. And then I left New York. I lived in the Caribbean a couple of years, which was fun. And then my husband and I went to LA. And I lived in Santa Monica, and I had a great time there, and I did a lot of on-camera commercial stuff. And then just, I don't know, got kind of bored or not really. My heart wasn't into it. And so I thought, well, I guess
oh
that
man,
was a fun
the
run.
Caribbean. It's just so boring down there.
Oh, no, this was in L.A.
Oh,
Caribbean was great for a couple of years, but I just felt like I had to get back to my life. I was still in my 20s, and I needed to see what would happen. You know, I couldn't, it would have been really easy to stay down there. Really, really easy. And I think you do. You either go down to the Caribbean for 1 year or you stay there for 25. You know, there's no halfway point. So we stayed for 2 just to be a little different. But then, yeah, then LA happened, and it was what every, you know, crushed actor's dream could be. So I said, I think I'm done. And we went to Hawaii for a year. and then kind of decompressed, and then came to the San Francisco Bay Area and bought this boat. And across the street was a school called Voice Tracks in Sausalito, and I thought, well, if anything, it'll get my creative juices flowing again, and I'll take a class or two. And I was hooked from the very first class. I tried talking myself out of it, because I'd been through the process so much, the auditioning, waiting for the phone to ring, that whole thing, and I couldn't talk myself out of it. I was passionate about it. And so I pursued it. And then I didn't expect the character stuff to come so much. I thought I was going to be more narration and, commercially stuff. And I just found that I'd get the auditions and I'd do them and I'd get the job. And I thought, oh, I must be kind of good at this. So all those imaginary friends came flooding back to me, and they all have voices now, which is really fun. So, yeah,
Definitely.
I'm digging it, though. Yeah.
And
so
nope. Keep going.
Sorry.
Keep going.
Oh, well, I was just going to say I haven't done on-camera stuff in many, 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 many years, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Although I am digging this new mocap stuff, because it's the physical part of the job that I like. But
It's
I
like being on camera, but you're not.
Exactly. I make funny faces when I act. I'll admit, when when I'm playing a witch, I look a little ugly, and so nobody likes that. So it's just been a blessing. I love being able to go into a session and be just a multitude of characters from different countries and different age ranges and different attitudes. It's just been a real blessing.
Yeah, and I didn't really notice until I started playing League of Legends and looking for the voice actors who are a part of it, but there are actually a lot of people in the Bay Area that do a lot of voiceover stuff.
There is a great talent pool, and I think because there's two really good schools, there's Voice Tracks and there's Voice One in San Francisco, and the proximity to LA certainly doesn't hurt. And the whole technology of being able to record from home is just been so wonderful, so user friendly. You don't have to go someplace to audition. So yeah, but the talent here is crazy good. It's competitive up here, and there's a lot of jobs because we have a lot of the gaming stuff and a lot of corporate headquarters. So there's a lot of narration stuff, which isn't very glamorous, but it pays the bills. And,
it definitely does pay the bills. I hear commercial is some of the best paying stuff for a voiceover artist out there.
Yeah, actually, I've had for 3 years plus, I've been the IVR for Cisco, which is the annoying operator. When you call Cisco, I am the one.
Oh, that's you! Oh.
That is me! Hello, and welcome to Cisco. That's stuff. But I always want to be able to tell the people waiting on the phone, hey, but if you play Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, it's me. Isn't that cool? Because those can be so annoying, those operators, but
if they only you just knew. Grab a PSP.
Exactly. Just break into it sometimes. Or even that I'm recording from a boat, they wouldn't have any idea.
And another good thing about the Bay Area that I've been noticing is that it's pretty much where Telltale draws all of their talent pool from. And Telltale is really good with it's a different style of game. It's not really action adventure. It's almost like a choose your own adventure novel in a game form.
Yeah. It's some of my favorite people are Walking Dead. They have a great cast, and the directors are great. I've worked with Telltale on Law and Order, and the sound guy is great. The directors are great. And the acting really it comes through because they allow you to really be in a safe space to do the work. So yeah, I've been really happy about the success. Very proud of the success that Telltale's had with Walking Dead, and I'm really excited about their new game that's coming out. It was called Fables. I don't remember the new title, but that's exciting, and it's great for the Bay Area. So
yeah, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be great. It'll do great. They've got they had a few like sleeper hits, like Back to the Future. I know that was hot with a lot of Back to the Future fans, and then Walking Dead really nailed it for like all of the awards last year. So they're gaining
At
steam and
every
they're getting their
award.
name out there. All of the
I believe
awards.
every award, yes. Every single award in the world was won by by Telltale, by Walking
Even the ones
Dead,
that
yeah.
Telltale wasn't in.
Yes, they got to win it too. At least honorable mention.
Yeah, why not? I mean, they did good enough to... remember Telltale? They did a great job. Walking Dead. Everyone loves that stuff.
And League of Legends, too, has a lot of Bay Area actors.
It's crazy. It's weird. Whenever I get into something new, I'll immediately look for the talent in that stuff just because I'm the one who books the guests, so sometimes the guests that we talk to are just my flavor of the month, and I think we knocked out about 10 within 3 weeks. We talked to Adam and Eric and Brian and Christina and all the fun people, and that was originally how I started getting talked to you, but we came to find out that you don't voice Evelyn anymore.
Apparently not. I didn't know until I started getting phone calls, and you know, if it's on the internet, it must be true. But I was the original in the beta version, and they made a change to Eve, and my voice was on the editing room floor, if you will, which was too bad. I really loved the voice I did for her. It was kind of this little girl evilness to it, and I really loved it. I know that in the session there was a little bit of a, should we do it this way, should we do it that way? So they must have decided to do it that way instead of this way. But I felt just terrible because out there is an actress who does a wonderful job, and I'm getting the credit for it. And so I immediately went to my blog and put a little notice saying, this is not me, this is not me. And I took the recording off of my blog too. So it's made me very aware of how I have to be very careful about that kind of thing now. So
yeah, and I know it's been updated. Like the League of Legends wiki is usually where people go to for all that stuff, and they've officially like confirmed that you said that you were the beta version, and now no one knows who it is now. Riot's
it's still a mystery.
Not gonna tell us.
It is a mystery. Well, if the actress doesn't want it to be known, then I completely respect that. You know. But it's too bad because she does a nice job.
Yeah, all the voice actors who are part of League of Legends do a nice job, and it's interesting to see that they pull not just from the Bay Area, but there are a lot of LA people in it too.
I think Riot's down in LA, right?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I just know that that's where they had their big season finale tournament, and they've been doing stuff in and out of there. It's hard to keep up. They do so much stuff. I know they just wrapped up a big tournament, and they've already announced other tournaments. And for me, watching League of Legends tournaments is like pretty much the same as other people watching football on Sunday.
That's cool. I like that.
I get just as intense with my favorite teams. Like, oh, they're doing a thing. There they go.
That's great. Yeah, I wish I could get into that kind of thing. It's ironic when you're, you know, I loved gaming when I was younger. I mean, I don't want to date myself, but, you know, I used to play the old Donkey Kong, and I remember going out and getting a book so I could find all the Easter eggs. Like, I was obsessed, you know, all night long. And then as I tried pursuing an acting career, I sort of had to put that to the side. So the irony is I love video games, but I'm no longer on the outside of them. I am now on the inside of them, and I just have to take that as being fulfilling enough because I don't have time, you know, to play it, unfortunately. But I am excited, actually. One of the reasons I wanted to, I gave you a call was I'm going to be at Fanime this year in San Jose.
The big Fanime Expo.
Yeah, and I'm really excited. I've never hosted a panel before, and you know, I've been going to a few of these, and I thought I could really give back. You know, I could really share and add a little value to the whole thing. So I decided to put together a panel called Forging Your Inner Villain, which is basically it's just an acting class, kind of in 45 minutes, speed acting, of just kind of how a voice actor goes about doing a character. And I have a good friend of mine who's drawing some incredible villains. We'll have 6 different villains to choose from, and you just choose your favorite villain, and we're going to walk you through the whole process. Who am I? Who am I talking to? Find some of the physicalizations of the character. How does that affect how you speak? Are they fast? Are they slow? And so I think it'll be a lot of fun. So I am set for May 25th at 2 p.m. It's a Saturday. So if anyone is going to be going to Fanime, going to check out Forging Your Inner Villain on Saturday at 2. So I'll see you there.
That's almost interesting for me that a convention has their schedule up so early for something like that. It's like, oh, they already know when specific panels are going to be up. That's nice.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I go to conventions, I think it's mostly just the conventions that I go to.
It's just you, Chris.
It's got to be just me. Well, because we as 91.8 The Fan, we try to plan out all the stuff that we're going to go to, the stuff that we want to go to personally, the industry stuff that we're going to report on. And we have maybe a couple days notice that some panels are going to be live, and we have to coordinate that because some panels go on at the same time of each other. It's like, oh, why? Why me? But
because it's all volunteer usually, right?
I guess so. I wish some people would volunteer a little harder.
Yeah, well, ain't that the way? Yeah, they've been really great, actually. I know that they're, been hustling to get everything organized. It's a big, giant venture to put one of these things together, and I guess the convention center has some construction going on, so I think that hasn't made their life any easier.
I can only imagine. But that is Fanime 2013, San Jose, California, Saturday, May 25th at 2 p.m. Be there.
Yeah.
Or
be there.
A triangle.
Or be a triangle that doesn't know how to voice a villain.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody wants to be the villain. They have the most fun.
Really
they may not be around for the longest, but they have the most fun.
So, shining light. You have more fun, the intensity. But one teacher once told me, and I wish I could remember who it was, and because I love it, of a villain, when you're playing a villain, you really have to play it that they don't mean to be a villain. They don't think what they're saying is completely wrong and evil. They just know that they're right, and they're letting other people know it. And I just thought, yeah, of course, they're people too. And really, for me, when I started getting work as villains, a majority of the characters that I've done have been pretty evil, and I thought, God, where is this coming from? Because I've had a very normal life.
I deserve this typecast.
Exactly. I'm okay with it. I really do. But I mean, I think in 1 month I did like 4 different witches. They were all like they were all witches, but they were all just different levels of evilness.
I guess we're getting around fast in the Bay Area.
I guess so. I don't know where it comes from. I'm really a nice girl. I'm really.
Was that Jim? You the witch too? Well, with Lea right here. Fantastic.
Anyway, but I'm excited about it. It's my first time. It's not my first time. I've done that sort of thing before. One of my first jobs out of college was teaching acting in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Gotta love that town. And I was a resident actor, and I was teaching acting to little ones and teenagers and complete novice adults, and it was just wonderful. It's to be involved with their aha moments is just it's really nice to be able to be there for that, So yeah. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Now, aside from your super fun time at Fanime in a couple weeks, is there anything else that you're working on that you're allowed to talk about that you want the fans to know about?
Yeah, actually, one thing I can't talk about, but the other thing is kind of fun. I don't know if anyone's heard of Pendant Audio, but they do some wonderful radio plays, really fun stuff. And last year I was Maxima in their Superman series.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, another kind of evil lady. But I am now I just did something for Seminar, which is an original. They're not allowed to do the fan stuff anymore, so now it's all original, and you can find them at pendantaudio.com. And they're just a great group of people, and I just wanted to give them a little bit of a plug. So I'm going to be in there. I'm not sure which episode it is. It's called Seminar. and I'm playing two roles. One's sort of a nutty little secretary, and the other is, guess it, a villain. A redheaded French villain. So check it out, pendantaudio.com.
Yeah, and even if we don't know which episode, I guess that means we'll just have to listen to all of them.
Sorry.
Oh, darn.
You
there
can
goes
do
my
it.
day. Now, I've noticed that that's an interesting trend that's been coming up a lot lately. Podcasts and radio plays and audiobooks. They're definitely making their way into the scene, and I think that's good. I mean, because it's nice to listen to stuff.
Absolutely, and you know, back in the days, people used to listen to the radio. You know, that kind of stuff was. We're actually, with all this technology and going to modern times, we're actually reverting back to when people used to sit around and listen to the radio. And there's a lot out there, and people have a lot to say. I think it's really exciting. We're living in very exciting times because nobody knows where this is going to go, and we're all just feeling it out at the same time. I really dig that, and now even the unions are getting involved. I think, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, but I think if you are in a web series, you can get to SAG-AFTRA.
Cool.
They're starting to acknowledge the new media stuff more and more, which is great. I think it's got to move with the times, you know. So.
And let's be honest, audiobooks, it's just books on tape. Remember when people used to listen to books on tape? Anybody?
For the blind.
Cassette tapes? Anyone? No? Fine.
Huh? No, I never had a cassette tape. I didn't spend hours making mixtapes in my bedroom. No, not me.
I didn't listen to the one Hanson cassette tape that came out forever. I was like, no. Me? No.
I can admit that I have a box under my bed as we speak that has about 12 of my old mixed cassette tapes that I just don't have the heart to throw away. I don't know how to listen to them.
That was the only cassette tape that I ever listened to, just over and over again. My mom gave me her old portable cassette player for when we had to go to the doctors or something, and just constantly nothing but Hanson Brothers. Like, ugh.
Wow, that must have done something to you.
Well, I am a little crazy now, so you never know.
The boys.
But since we are nearing the end of our time together, it is time for the 91.8 The Fan Tradition. You said you've listened to some interviews, so you probably know what it is by now.
I've heard.
All right, so there's no fooling you. We just ask you to say, hello, my name is, insert your name. I do this, insert what you do. Whatever you want, you have complete creative freedom there. And you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
And you're tuned into. I'm going to write this down.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Whenever you're ready, we can go for take one.
Hey there, this is your friendly voiceover actor, Lea Gulino, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Perfect. All in one take. It's like it's like it's your job or something.
Isn't that crazy? That worked out well.
I know. You know, I think you might have a career in this field. Well, yeah, I'll have my people call your people. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll do lunch.
We'll do lunch.
You don't have any gluten allergies or something crazy like that? I want to make sure that before take out to the only gluten restaurant in the city. Nothing but gluten.
You're in the right. Bay Area is definitely the right place if you have food allergies. There's restaurants for every food allergy you can get.
Yeah, I wish that I lived in an area that had just a bunch of different restaurants to choose from. I hear that the big cities and even some out in Texas nothing but choices for lunch. It's like, oh, you want barbecue? Let's get barbecue. Tex-Mex? Tex-Mex. Okay, fine. Everything is everywhere that you want. Me, yeah. I've got McDonald's. There's a Taco Bell down the street. You want to get some Taco Bell?
We are very spoiled out here, and I do I know that. I appreciate that so much. Every single day, I look across the bay and I think, oh God, this is such a beautiful city. And I've lived in a lot of them, and San Francisco is it's every day it looks different, and every day it's just as beautiful as the day before.
I do have a decent sub shop though. That is.
Oh, that's not Subway?
No, it's not Subway, and it's not D'Angelo's either. It's just a nice sub shop. You want a
Like a mom and
fantastic
pop.
steak and cheese?
Nice.
Bam. Got it.
Can't get a good bagel out here though.
See, we've got a Big Easy Bagel down the street, so
You can't get a good bagel.
made fresh
No.
daily.
Oh, see, no, I miss that. I miss that.
But thank you very much for taking the time to come out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
And do you have any final parting words of wisdom for any of the fans out there? Dating advice, weather predictions?
No.
That's okay. I don't either. It looks nice today. Maybe it'll be nice tomorrow. There's the weather.
No, what was it that Casey Kasem used to say? Reach for the stars. Keep your feet on the ground, but keep reaching for the stars.
There you go. And don't forget, for all of you folks in the San Jose area, to go to Fanime on the 25th at 2 p.m. and check it out. Be a
You
better
can go the
villain.
whole weekend, but if you're there on the 25th, that would be really, really good.
If you had to pick 1 hour on one day, that's probably be your hour. That's where I would go. Be a better
and you
villain.
can get more information. Just go to leagulino.com, and I actually have a tab there. You can hit Fanime, and it'll bring you right to the website.
You can learn to be a better villain, or would it be a worse villain? Oh. Well, we can ponder this quandary later. Yeah. But for anybody who missed any part of this interview, you've missed the interview. We're done. We're done here.
That's it.
So you'll have to catch it on the website in the next few days. Keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.